Put a clove in your coffee. What happens 10 minutes later will genuinely surprise you. There are secrets your doctor would rather you didn't know. The supplement companies making billions are counting on you never finding out the truth. But one simple spice, a single clove that costs less than 10 cents, one you probably already have sitting in your kitchen right now, combined with your morning cup of coffee, can do something that no pill on any pharmacy shelf can match. And the chances are, you've been doing it wrong for years. Now I know that sounds almost too simple to believe, but stay with me, because what I'm about to share with you is going to completely change the way you think about your morning routine. And once you hear what happens inside your body in the first 15 minutes after drinking coffee made the right way, with clove, you'll never go back to your old cup again. If you are over 60 years old and you experience even one of these things, that foggy, heavy-headed feeling in the morning that just won't lift until noon, bloating after meals, blood sugar that swings up and down and leaves you exhausted, that dull aching in your knees and joints when you first get out of bed, or a tiredness that follows you around even after a full 8 hours of sleep, then what I'm going to tell you today could genuinely transform your mornings, starting tomorrow. Because here is the one thing that 99% of people do not understand about the cup of coffee they drink every single morning. Coffee is not just caffeine. Most people think of coffee as a pick-me-up, a habit, something warm to hold in the morning. But the truth is, coffee is one of the single richest sources of polyphenols in the entire human diet. Specifically, something called chlorogenic acid. And chlorogenic acid is a powerful antioxidant. It protects your liver. It helps stabilize your blood sugar. It reduces inflammation throughout your entire body. That cup you've been drinking every morning for decades, it has been quietly doing far more than waking you up. You just haven't been unlocking its full potential. Now here is where the clove comes in. Cloves contain a compound called eugenol. And clove, this tiny dried spice you can buy for almost nothing, is the single most concentrated natural source of eugenol on the entire planet. Nothing else even comes close. Now, eugenol is a natural anti-inflammatory, and according to a number of studies, it works with greater potency than ibuprofen. Not quite the same mechanism, but pound for pound, this little spice is extraordinary. But here is where something truly remarkable happens. When you combine chlorogenic acid from coffee with eugenol from clove, something called food synergy occurs. These two compounds don't just add their effects together, they multiply them. Scientists who study this say 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2 here, it equals 10. The combination creates something far more powerful than either one alone. And you are about to walk right past this every single morning for the cost of 1 clove. But before I give you the exact method, I want to be honest with you about something first. Most people are unknowingly ruining their coffee every single morning, and they have no idea they're doing it. Adding sugar. The moment you do that, you've triggered an insulin spike and canceled out a significant portion of those antioxidant benefits. All that protective chlorogenic acid? Partially wasted. Adding milk or cream. The casein protein in dairy actually binds to polyphenols and physically blocks your body from absorbing them. You're drinking the coffee, but your body isn't getting the benefit. Using instant coffee. Most of the polyphenols in instant coffee are destroyed during the manufacturing process. What you're left with is largely just caffeine and color. And those flavored coffee drinks from cafes, the ones with syrups and whipped cream and pumps of sweetness. You've taken one of the most potent natural beverages on the planet and buried it under sugar. That's not coffee anymore. That is dessert with a coffee smell. Now let me tell you exactly what happens inside your body when you drink coffee made correctly with clove. And I want to walk you through this slowly because it's important. In the first 15 minutes, you will feel something different. You'll notice energy, but without the jitteriness, without that anxious, tight feeling in your chest that regular coffee sometimes gives you. The eugenol in clove gently relaxes smooth muscle tissue, including the walls of your blood vessels. So the caffeine gives you the lift, and the clove takes away the edge. Clean, calm energy. Clarity without chaos. Within the first day, most people notice something happening in their digestion. Clove has well-documented carminative properties. That means it actively reduces gas and bloating, and coffee on its own stimulates intestinal movement. Together, they work as a gentle, natural cleanse for your digestive system. People who try this often describe a lightness in their body that they haven't felt in years. By the third day, something is beginning to shift in your blood sugar. The chlorogenic acid from the coffee slows down how quickly glucose is absorbed in your intestines. The eugenol from the clove improves how sensitive your insulin receptors are. Those wild swings, where you eat a meal and an hour later you feel ravenous again, or lightheaded, or suddenly exhausted, those start to level out. Your energy becomes more even throughout the day. Now this is where it gets very interesting. Let me keep going. After 1 week, inflammation starts to quietly go down. And this is the one that surprises people the most because they don't see it happening, they feel it. If your knees have been aching when you wake up, you'll notice they ache less. If your fingers have been chronically swollen by afternoon, the swelling begins to ease. If your body feels stiff in the morning before you get moving, that stiffness starts to shorten. This isn't a miracle. What's happening is that systemic inflammation, the slow, low-grade fire burning inside the body that underlies so many chronic conditions, is measurably decreasing. You can actually see it in blood work. After 1 month, the liver begins to reflect the change. Research consistently shows that regular coffee consumption is associated with lower rates of fatty liver and liver fibrosis. The eugenol amplifies that effect by reducing oxidative stress directly inside liver cells. Your liver enzymes may begin to improve, and when your liver is functioning more efficiently, detoxifying more completely, your skin often reflects that. People who do this for a month frequently say they look clearer, fresher. Sometimes they say they look younger. After 3 months, the transformation becomes systemic. Weight may begin to come down because coffee is a documented thermogenic. It increases your metabolic rate. And improved insulin sensitivity means your body stores less as fat. Your cognitive function improves. The mental fog becomes rare. Your energy is steady and consistent rather than spiking and crashing. And all of this traces back to 1 small clove added to the cup of coffee you were already going to drink this morning. Now let me give you the exact protocol. Because 90% of people who try this make one of 3 mistakes and get almost no benefit at all. The correct method is called a decoction, and here is exactly how to do it. Step 1. Take 3 whole cloves, not ground clove powder, not clove extract, whole dried cloves, the kind you'll find in the spice section of any grocery store for almost nothing. Step 2. Place them in a small pot with about 10 ounces of water. That's roughly 1½ cups. Bring it to a boil over medium heat, then immediately reduce to a gentle simmer and let it go for 5 minutes. No longer than 7. This is very important. If you overcook it, the eugenol begins to break down. More time is not better here. 5 minutes is the sweet spot. Step 3. Strain the water. Remove the cloves entirely. Step 4. Use that clove-infused water to brew your coffee exactly as you normally would. French press, drip machine, capsule machine, stovetop, it doesn't matter. The method is up to you. Step 5. Drink it slowly on an empty stomach. This should be the very first thing that enters your body in the morning. 1 cup, once a day, every morning. Now, if you're busy in the mornings and 5 minutes feels like too much, here is the quick method. Take 1 whole clove, crush it with a mortar and pestle, or press down on it firmly with the flat side of a large knife. Just crack it open. You want to break the surface and release the oils. Drop it into your already brewed black coffee. Let it sit for 3 minutes. Then drink. This is not as powerful as the full decoction method. You're getting roughly 60 to 70% of the benefit, but 60 to 70% is far better than nothing, and it adds about 90 seconds to your morning. Now let me tell you the 3 mistakes that completely cancel the effect, because most people make at least one. Mistake number 1, dropping a whole, unbroken clove into your already made coffee and drinking it immediately. Clove is an extraordinarily hard spice. Without heat or physical crushing, almost nothing is released. You'll get a faint aroma and essentially zero benefit. The compound stays locked inside. Mistake number 2, boiling the cloves for more than 7 minutes. Eugenol is heat sensitive. Extended boiling destroys it. Longer is not more potent, it is less. 5 to 7 minutes, that's your window. Mistake number 3, adding milk, cream, or sugar after. This cancels 50 to 70% of the polyphenol bioavailability. If you truly cannot drink it black, add a small spoonful of coconut oil instead, or a pinch of cinnamon. Both of those actually work with the polyphenols rather than against them. Now, one brief but important note. This is not for everyone without exception. If you are currently taking blood thinners, warfarin, or high-dose aspirin, please speak with your doctor before starting this. Eugenol has a mild, natural anticoagulant effect, and it could interact. If you have active gastritis, a stomach ulcer, or severe acid reflux, coffee itself may not be appropriate for you at this stage, and clove won't fix that underlying issue. For everyone else, this is one of the safest, most accessible, most potent things you can do with ingredients you already have. Think about what this actually is. 1 clove. Less than 10 cents. 5 minutes in the morning. The same cup of coffee you've already been drinking for decades. But now that cup becomes something different. It becomes an act of care for your body. A conscious choice every morning to give your system what it actually needs. In 15 minutes, clarity without anxiety. In 1 week, less inflammation, less pain, more ease. In 1 month, a liver working better, skin looking clearer. In 3 months, a body that has genuinely begun to reset. None of this works unless you actually do it. That part is on you. But the cost is 10 cents. The time is 5 minutes. And the cup of coffee is already part of your morning. You are not broken. Your coffee is broken. Fix the coffee, fix the morning, and let everything else follow from there. 3 cloves, 5 minutes, 1 cup. That's where it all starts. And if you know someone, a neighbor, a friend, a family member, someone over 60 who drinks coffee every single morning, share this with them today. It might be the simplest thing you do for them all week.